All right, ladies and gents, we're back with our end of day post wave report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from postwavetrading.com, home of the world famous post wave price trigger reports. All right, so we're starting now on Tuesday. This is the second trading day in September. Today, is September the 5th, 2023. And it's going to be more so like the first real trading day of the month of September, because Friday people took off, to have that last opportunity to have a summer vacation. Now kids are back in school and people are back at work. The summer is over as far as the majority of people go. And now you can expect some really increased volatility in these markets and a lot more action. So this is the Bitcoin futures chart, and you'll notice that the market's been pretty quiet. Now we're still in a bull market, and we still have a bearish trend momentum reading, which means the market's still in a sell the rally mode. However, there's also a opportunity in that um, during certain market conditions in a bull market, even with the bearish trend momentum reading, there is usually a early indication that the market is getting ready to turn because it may have bottomed out. Then other times it can get a algo shift that comes abruptly, like almost out of nowhere. And so you won't be able to see that here on this algo chart, but you will see those indicated in the pulse wave report. So just FYI there. And right now you're looking at a situation where you have a neutralized market for Tuesday night going into Wednesday. All right, so that's just something to think about. So this is why the reports are so important, because the algo charts just give you an idea um, of what's been going on, but the pulse wave reports themselves has the pertinent data. It breaks things down a lot more than I can do in a video. So for now, we're neutralized going into Wednesday now on Bitcoin. On XRP Ripple, the market has been neutralized, as you can see. It's coming off of neutralized now with a rally alert. And once again, we're expecting the market to head back up here to around the 66-cent level on a technical rally basis off the support lows. So we'll see what happens there. Next up is the wheat futures. Still can't really get off the ground. This is a very unusual situation that we got going on here, because you have the bullish trend momentum reading. So you're in the buy the pullback mode, but the market just can't get off the ground at all. And you can see how it's basing out here at these levels too. So you had the rally alert here. The market finally moved up, gave you another rally alert, then the market pulled back. Now it's giving you another rally alert. So the market is building a base and a floor here to get back up to the mid to high $6 range, as we're right here at $6 on the close today. So interesting aspect. So you're still in the buy the pullback, buy the dip mode in this bear market, because it's looking like the market is getting ready to stage another bear market rally. Just have to be patient for it to manifest. Next up is the soybeans. Soybeans is a little bit different. You have a bearish trend momentum reading, which means you're in a locked in bear market. All right, when you're in a bear market with a bearish trend momentum reading, that's a locked in bear market. And so we expect for lower prices still to happen in that market. Corn has a bullish trend momentum reading just like the wheat does. And as we're getting closer and closer here, you notice how, you're starting to get the slant. All right, this is going to put pressure on prices the further this thing goes out. Now, if it would have bounced early, then you would have came up here somewhere and then came back down, but it hasn't even got off the ground yet. So chances are it's going to elongate out here and until it meets the bottom of the Kumo cloud. and then it'll try to bust through and get up here toward the top of the Kumo cloud. When it does it, may even be able to come out on a spike high intraday basis. But right now, the potential is only to about 576 if the market can get off the ground. But that's still a nice, decent rally from where the prices are right now. So again, patience waiting for this market to base out. So we're going to have a nice, powerful bear market rally. Next up is silver. Now, silver has that bearish trend momentum reading. We had the crash alert. We put in a top. I know people hated to hear that and see that happen. And now the market is starting to give you even more downside production as you're about to go into free fall and come down here to test that $22 handle yet again. Beware in silver. Next up is nat gas, locked in bear market. Nothing to see there. Market still is not done. It's just a long basing out period for the nat gas, which means when it does finally get ready to bounce, the bear market rally could be a monster. And now we're starting to go into the fall, so we'll see what kind of weather we get, but nat gas could really be a monster this winter. All right, looking at the Dow futures, still have a bearish trend momentum reading. It got up here into the cloud at the higher end of the range test, and now it's starting to pull back down again. You're still sideways with a bearish bias, which means you're still in the sell the rally mode in the Dow, even within the consolidation Kumo cloud. Next up is your NASDAQ 100 futures. So you can see here we had this crash alert back here, and now the market's starting to give you downside production. Both the Dow and the NASDAQ should come back down here to test the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So we're expecting lower prices here. Next up is gold. Gold still has a bearish trend momentum reading. So we had this negative bot check, and then the market did give you that significant leg down. And I think it has more downside yet to come, as this market still has this bearish trend momentum reading. And therefore, you're still in the sell the rally mode until something changes. Next up, you got the S&P 500. Likewise, had the crash alert coming in to today, and you got that downside production as this market is headed back down toward the bottom end of the range as well, testing the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So expect a nice downward thrust in the stock indices. Next up is oil. So oil just exploded, and we're not surprised. You got a bullish trend momentum reading. So it defied all the odds. It came out, it took out, not only did it take out that $85 handle I told you about way back here, but it is on its way now to 90. It's looking really powerful, really strong bear market rally here, folks. Making you stand up and take notice, right? Next up is the euro, bearish trend momentum reading, and the market is in free fall. We passed the initial downside target of 108, and the market is still falling. Is this an early warning sign that the euro may drop below par? Wow. Next up is the pound sterling. Likewise, you're in a free fall status, bearish trend momentum reading. You had the negative bot check, and now you're starting to see the manifestations of that down leg from the negative bot check. Next up is the Aussie. The Aussie is now neutralized. We had that negative bot check, and look at that long leg down that you got. So the early warning sign alerted you to what was going on, and here it is. Now the Aussie is in free fall status on its way to the 62 handle, folks. You can't make this stuff up. You're in a locked in bear market. Next up is the Russell, bearish trend momentum reading. Had the crash alert. The market gave you significant downside production today from last night's crash alert. And look where the market stopped, bottom of the Kumo cloud. Question is it going to gather enough energy to break through here and go? If so, the Russell could really be leading the rest of the indices down. And it could be quite the drop, folks. So just get ready for that. As long as you have a bearish trend momentum reading, you're in sell the rally mode. So just remember that. All right, copper locked in bear market, had a crash alert coming into today. You're getting downside production there too. Ethereum futures, you are still under the bearish trend momentum reading. Markets consolidated, but you're in the sell the rally mode. And right now, Ethereum is actually looking like it is in a free fall status right now. So a lot of these markets, folks, looking like they are getting ready to go. All right. If you are bullish any of these markets we talked about, you definitely, definitely need to get your hands on the PulseWave reports pronto. All right. Because what's happening in these markets is something else. And I got a sneaking suspicion here that we really ain't seen nothing yet, and that the amount of downside potential in a lot of these markets is absolutely staggering. Now, because the stock indices are still technically in bull market positions, the bull market can reclaim the price action at any moment. We know that. All right. We know that. But the selling pressure is real. You cannot deny the bearish trend momentum readings. So that's just something to think about. That's why the reports are so important. They're imperative because they alert to you not only what the current environment is in the market, but also the likelihood of where you're going. So with that being said, remember the system works if you work the system. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Smash that like button, and I'm out. Peace.